This is a lesson on evaluating expressions. One way for evaluating expressions is by using the substitution property. If A equals B, then A may be replaced for B in any expression. For the example here, it's asking us to evaluate, which is just another word for solve, AB squared plus C, when A equals 2, B equals 4, and C equals 7. So all you have to do is just sub in the values that they give you for each letter. If A is 2, I'm just going to rewrite that as a 2. And B, we're told, is 4, so that's going to be 4 squared. Plus my C, which is 7. Then we just follow our order of operations. You're going to have 2 times 16 plus 7. Did the exponents first. Now we're going to multiply, divide. So we got 32 plus 7, which is 39. So to evaluate that when the A, B, and C are 2, 4, 7 respectively, you get 39. Now the most important rule in algebra is to put parentheses around negative numbers when substituting them into an expression. So in our example here, we've got 3x squared minus 4x. So as we're writing this, it's going to be 3 times negative 2 squared minus 4 times negative 2. Because when we're looking at exponents, it matters whether or not the negative is inside or outside. With the negative inside the parentheses, we're squaring negative 2. So now we've got 3 times negative 2 squared is a positive 4, minus 4 times a negative 2 is a negative 8, so minus a negative 8. We can keep change, which would just be plus 8. 3 times 4 is going to give us 12, plus 8 is going to equal 20. So let's look at some more examples here. A squared B minus B squared when A equals 3, B equals 4. So again, we're just going to rewrite the equation. 3 squared times B, which is a negative 4, minus negative 4 squared. Notice I put the negative 4 in the parentheses. We'll do our exponents first. We've got 9 times negative 4 minus negative 4 squared. That's negative 4 times negative 4, which is a positive 16. So then you're going to have 9 times 4, negative 4, which is a negative 36, minus 16, which is going to give you a negative 52. Let's give a try on the second one here. First you're going to substitute in. You got 4 squared times negative 7 minus negative 7 squared. So again, do the exponents first. We've got 16 times negative 7 minus negative 7 squared is 49. 16 times the negative 7 is going to give us a negative 112 minus 49, which gives us a 161. Sorry, that's a negative 161. Negative 161. So go ahead and pause the video and see if you can do 3 and 4 on your own. Now you should have gotten 20 and negative 54. The most important key here is to make sure that, notice your 2 was positive, so you weren't squaring the negative 2. you were only squaring the 2 and then taking the opposite. So it would be negative 4 plus 12, because negative 3 times a negative 4 is a positive 12 times 2. So then you've got negative 4 plus 24, which comes out to 20. You've just really got to be careful with those negative signs and squares. I know it gets tricky, because if you notice on number 4, you had a negative or opposite of y squared, and the number was negative. So putting it in, you squared negative 3, which is a positive 9, but then you had to take the opposite, so you had negative 9 plus 15 times negative 3, because that negative 3 times that negative 5. I know there's a lot of negatives and positives that can trip you up, so just be careful with those. And then when you get down, you get negative 54. So let's look at number 5 here. We're getting into some fractions and things, but we just got to simplify. If you're looking at subbing in our a and b here, we have a is 3 squared plus 4 squared divided by 3 minus 4. 3 squared is 9 plus 16 divided by negative 1. So you have 25 divided negative 1, which is negative 25. Now our next one here looks very familiar. We're just using some different numbers. It's the same equation or expression, and now we're just using negative 3 and negative 5 for a and b. So remember our parentheses, negative 3 squared plus negative 5 squared all over negative 3 minus a negative 5. So really be careful with these negative signs. Remember, the negative 3 is inside the parentheses, so it's going to be negative 3 squared, which is going to be 9, plus negative 5 squared, which is 25. And that's all going to be over negative 3 minus a negative 5. Remember, keep change. You make it negative 3 plus 5, so we've got a positive 2. So 9 plus 25 is going to give us 34 divided by 2, which is 17. Let's look at 7a and b here. We got the same expression, just different letters. Now we've got 3 letters we're plugging in. Same steps, just adding another step in there. So it's got x equal to 2, so we've got 2 squared minus 2 times 2 minus a negative 2 minus negative 3 cubed. Okay, just lots of steps. Make sure you're doing what's inside the parentheses first. So we've got 2 squared, we're just following PEMDAS, minus 2 times 2 minus a negative 2, which is, so it ends up with 4, minus a negative 3 cubed. So let's do our exponents. 2 squared is 4. We'll go ahead and multiply. 2 times 4 is 8. And minus negative 3 cubed is going to be a negative 27. So minus a negative 27. So remember, minus a negative is really just adding. So 4 minus 8 plus 27, which is just going to be 23. Go ahead and pause the video and see if you can get B right. You should have gotten 24 for your answer. If you did not get 24, try it again and see if you can see where you made your mistake. Now go ahead and do number 8 and bring it up to me to have it checked. That way I can check and make sure you got your notes done. Good luck!